Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
Floyd Mayweather, with all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
We've got a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman says a fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be exciting because it would bring together the best of two boxing eras. He calls Crawford the top undisputed fighter today and respects how great Mayweather was in his prime. Kellerman highlights Mayweather's amazing defense, which made him very hard to hit, and points out that Crawford has shown he has the skills and experience to challenge even someone like Mayweather. For him, this fight would be a clash between top-level defense and powerful, smart offense, something boxing fans around the world would always remember.
His best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll. I get it. Controls distance. But Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that. In the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter shares his thoughts on the ongoing talks about Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, saying that these comparisons often take away from how great each fighter is on their own. He explains that many people quickly choose Mayweather as the better fighter just because of his famous name and undefeated record. Porter says that while Mayweather is the original champion who set a high standard and earned the title of the OG, Crawford also deserves respect for what he has achieved. He reminds fans that both fighters are from different times, and each was the best in their own era.
We've got a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes. He's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody got
somewhere.
a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an
yeah.
OG you can't out-figure out
Yeah,
somewhere. And I
yeah.
just believe Floyd is that
is
OG
the one.
you can't out-figure out.
Terence Crawford has responded to the constant comparisons by sharing a clear and honest message. He openly says that Floyd Mayweather was the best of his time, a fighter who dominated and changed the sport. But Crawford also believes that today is his time, and he is the one raising the bar now. He shows both respect for Mayweather and confidence in himself, saying that greatness isn't about fantasy fights, but about being the best in your own era. This thoughtful view is one reason why people respect Crawford not just as a fighter, but also for how he sees the sport.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Terence Crawford has made it clear that he's not interested in fighting Floyd Mayweather. Even though fans like to imagine the matchup, Crawford says he doesn't want to chase or try to beat Floyd. His main goal is to finish his career his own way. This shows his maturity, as he's not trying to build his name by going after a retired legend. Instead, Crawford is focused on making his own mark in boxing and retiring with pride after reaching the goals he set for himself.
You thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0. Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Terence Crawford sees Canelo Alvarez's opinion as important because Canelo has faced both him and Floyd Mayweather in the ring. So when Canelo says Crawford is the better fighter, it means a lot. Still, Crawford stays respectful, saying Mayweather was the best of his time, but now it's his own time to be seen as the greatest. This mix of Canelo's view and Crawford's humble attitude shows that while opinions from other fighters matter, the respect between champions from different eras is just as important when talking about greatness.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but you know, why do something when something else is working?
Terence Crawford shows his respect for Floyd Mayweather by calling him a legend and saying there's no need to compare them. He explains that Mayweather's time in boxing is already part of history, marked by dominance. Crawford says his own legacy is different and doesn't need to be based on a rivalry. Instead, he talks about both careers with respect, which helps stop the constant comparisons. This way of thinking gives credit to both fighters and helps the sport by showing that there can be more than one kind of greatness.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Algieri shared his thoughts on the Mayweather versus Crawford debate, saying it's hard to compare the two because there are so many differences, like the opponents they faced, the time they fought in, and the situations around them. He explains that trying to pick one as the greatest often leads to endless arguments. Instead, Algieri believes fans should simply appreciate both fighters for how great they are in their own ways. His message is a reminder that focusing too much on who's better can make people forget to enjoy the greatness of both.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much, there is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop, like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the conversation.
127 years old.
In real time with guys that we've all seen. Literally overlapping errors. So Those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate.
Yeah,
It's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree, and I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the '90s when boxing was, everybody was going head to head. There wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super dominant.
Robert Garcia praised Terence Crawford for his performance against Canelo Alvarez, saying Crawford did exactly what he believed he could do. Garcia pointed out Crawford's power, skill, and calmness in the ring, and said the win showed how well-prepared and talented he is. By beating a big star like Canelo, Crawford proved he belongs among the all-time greats. Garcia's words show that experienced trainers and experts truly respect what Crawford has achieved in boxing.
You gave Crawford a really good chance. Of course. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. You know, he's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter. And that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, you know, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. You know, like I always said, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous, right? Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. You know, we were, there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm going to say it, Crawford by decision. You know, because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night, there in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it off.
Teddy Atlas gave a detailed breakdown of Crawford's win, praising his calm attitude and sharp vision in the ring. He pointed out how well Crawford used his jab and showed great strategy throughout the fight. Atlas also compared Canelo's fights with Mayweather and Crawford, reminding fans that Canelo was younger and less experienced when he faced Mayweather. But when he fought Crawford, he was much more experienced, yet still clearly beaten. Atlas also mentioned that Mayweather was 40 when he fought Canelo, while Crawford was almost 38, making Crawford's win even more impressive. His analysis shows just how big Crawford's achievement really is.
But he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used the jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm, he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond, I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Costamato talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy Atlas, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali. Where they don't believe you can beat him. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to, he sees a twitch.
Canelo Alvarez openly said that Terence Crawford is the better fighter, and this means a lot because Canelo has fought both Crawford and Mayweather. His words give strong support to Crawford, since they come from real experience, not just opinions. Canelo's view is seen as one of the most honest and reliable in the debate. It helps prove that Crawford's current skills and success truly make him one of the best fighters in the world today.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or the speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
After Crawford's big win over Canelo, comparisons with Mayweather became even stronger, with many saying it's hard to decide who is better. Crawford has achieved a lot by becoming undisputed in several weight classes and holding 4 belts at once, something Mayweather never did. While Mayweather's perfect record is still unmatched, Crawford's skill in moving up through different divisions and uniting titles makes him special too. Because of this, many people see Crawford as equal to Mayweather, and some even think he might be greater, making him a historic boxer.
After last night's match between Crawford and Canelo, I am not gonna lie, that boy Crawford up there with Floyd. The way he went toe-to-toe with a heavy hitter like Canelo is actually crazy, bro. And this is probably one of Crawford's best fights. Like, he was super sharp. Like, dude was super sharp, super clean, and he stayed in that pocket. People talking about that Crawford was running. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't look like he was running at me. It looked like he was taking them hits on the chin. I mean, for God's sakes, bro. He got stung in the head and took himself to the hospital. Like, dude, real live like that. And I know that, Floyd, he real live, he a good boxer. Floyd is actually one of my favorite boxers. But Crawford is now becoming one of my favorite boxers because he's very, skillful. The technicality of him and just the decisions he makes in that ring, bro, to get up on the scoreboard is crazy. And he's not like one of them fighters like how Shakur, he boxes for points. And that's cool. That's the way boxing's supposed to go, I guess. But Terence, you can get that from him, but you can also get that aggressiveness when he in that pocket and he throwing a couple hooks and trying to take you out. But I will say, Canelo even said it. He said, bro, he thinks that Crawford is way better than Floyd. And they asked him, like, why would you, think that? He just said everything he does is different. I can't understand the style of boxing he has. And he was saying that he's good in everything when it comes to the ring. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Canelo is not lying. Like, Crawford is like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. To stand toe-to-toe with Canelo, that actually is crazy because everybody knows he's a heavy hitter. Like, he's a knockout artist. But, yeah, he definitely deserves it, bro. That boy Crawford 42-0. And I don't know why he's even thinking about retiring, but you got to pass up Floyd. I'm not going to lie, you need to get some more semis under your belt because if you pass up Floyd, that's when the rumblings are going to really be like, oh, yeah, he's the best. I don't think he's going to retire. I think that he still go, fight it out.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.